Hello everyone, my name is AZZATRU, how are you, and welcome to another Star Wars Battlefront 2 video of mine. And in this video I'm going to be sharing with you 10 details you may have missed in the recent Battlefront 2 update. In the September patch they did include Felucia, Clone Commandos, the co-op mode and instant action, among other things, including some changes to the game that weren't listed in the patch notes. I make a video like this after every single patch, and some of you really like these videos, but if you are new around here and want to watch next month's patch, make sure you do subscribe and turn those notifications on. But without further ado, let's get straight on to the details, and I'll start with the Clone Trooper shoulders. So in the collection menu, since launch, the Clone Troopers have had quite slumped shoulders. It's been a bit of a weird posture, but they've been fixed now, and the Clone Troopers definitely look a lot wider, and it just looks less awkward. People have been asking for this change for quite some time, so I'm glad DICE have finally changed this. Next up, I've got the animation for Obi-Wan's defensive rush ability. This was tweaked in the Gamescom version of the game that myself and other game changers played back in August, and when we showed gameplay, you saw this new defensive rush animation. However, it was not implemented in the August update, it was put back into the September update, so this is the difference between it, and I must say it's much more fluid, much better, and is a callback to a Clone Wars TV show episode, in which Obi-Wan uses this sort of move. Another thing changed from Gamescom is the Clone Commando portrait. On the left hand side you have the Gamescom build version, but on the right hand side you have the version you have in the game right now, and I must say it does look better. It looks more in line with the other Clone Troopers. I actually brought up in a feedback session saying that I don't really like the Clone Commando portrait, hopefully it can be improved for launch, and well, they did just that. Moving on to a detail that was included in the patch notes, but I thought I'd share it with you anyway. Phasma's droid is now able to be redeployed. You don't have to destroy it or wait for it to be destroyed to move it around. You can simply go up to it, hold down the interaction button like you would on a Galactic Assault objective, and you can pick it up without needing the cooldown to reset, which is great. Also, if you die, the droid will be destroyed. As you can see, when you die, it instantly gets destroyed, as opposed to previously when you did die, it would stick around for a little bit and cause some issues with balances, especially in heroes versus villains. Another Clone Commando feature that you may have missed is that when you activate Battle Focus, the visor changes and so does the hood. So on the left you have the default look of the Clone Commando, but when you activate the Battle Focus ability, the visor glows more, so even though you can't really tell from when you're playing, other people can see that you have Battle Focus on just by looking at your visor. Plus, but from your perspective, you will get a bit of a vignette of the T-shaped visor the Clone Commandos have. This is a bit of a callback to the Republic Commando game, as that was a first-person shooter, and that's how the visor looked. Moving on to a really minor detail, but I found it to be useful, Boba Fett's jetpack icon does update now in real time as opposed to every second when you dodge mid-air. So previously the jetpack fuel would not update automatically, it would be a bit of on like a delay, and that was annoying because you may think you actually had some fuel left in the tank, but now it's instant, which is great. I really appreciate this change. We're going back to the Gamescom version of Clone Commandos again because the lights have been tweaked on the DC-17M. In the Gamescom build, it was a flat red light and flat blue lights on the sides of the blaster, but they've actually been tweaked and they have some sort of emitting light now, which looks so much better, less flat and more vibrant. The Clone Commando armour since Gamescom received changes, and I know most of you know about this, but if I didn't include it, I would get so many comments asking why I didn't include it. So yes, the Clone Commando butts did get updated, they did add some lines to it. But that is not all, they also changed the angle of the elbow pads. In the Gamescom version, they pointed straight out, but in the final version, they're actually angled, so they cover more of the elbow and is more in line with the Republic Commando look from the game. And they also added that repulsor gadget I mentioned back at Gamescom, saying they would add it. We don't know what it looks like yet, but here it is. They've added it in the final version, and it looks cool. Next up, I've got something that the work put into this is really awesome. The detail that DICE have gone to is just so good. So the AI reinforcements in the game right now actually have names. The ARC Troopers, the B2s, the Droidekas, and the Wookiee Warriors all have unique names. There are 22 for the ARC Trooper, there is 25 for the B2, 25 for the Droidekas, and 24 for the Wookiees. If you don't want to be spoiled, don't look at the names, but there are a bunch of really unique names, including DICE for one of the ARC Troopers. I have to give a special shout out to Manuel, who is a design director on Battlefront 2 for creating actual Wookiee names and not made up stuff. So he basically went through a book, probably a tabletop book. I assume it's going to be Star Wars Legion. I could be wrong. He used how Wookiees actually make their names, how it's actually generated, and put them together. I always admire the incredible attention to detail here. And last but not least, the landing craft in the droid spawn on Felucia has received a CIS texture. That navy look has not been seen before for the landing craft in Battlefront 2. On all of the other maps, it's that tan look, but they have updated it, in Felucia anyway, to this one, and that's awesome. I really like that. And I think that completes pretty much all of the vehicles in the game now for the droid army that have the CIS navy texture. So that's all of the details you may have missed for this month. Be sure to let me know down in the comment section below if you learned anything in this video, and drop a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you aren't around here, and to check out next month's video, because I will be doing another one on next month's patch. Check out any of the 2 previous videos on screen if you didn't miss them, and I shall see you all in my next Star Wars Battlefront 2 video. Goodbye.